Hello everyone, how you all doing? Today I want to discuss about the Japa and Japada, especially Japada. There's a lot of people that have been Japada back to Nigeria or back to Africa. I think we all need to plan ahead of our Japada. A lot of people have been planning right now that they are going back home the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 years now. But we need to plan ahead of our Japada, because guess what? If a Japada went back to your home country, either Nigeria, anywhere in Africa, it's going to be difficult for people to help you out. You can't go back there and start to ask for help from the people that are made there. They're expecting that by the time you come back home, they expect a lot from you. So they don't expect you to need their help. So that's why it's very important to plan our Japada. Before we Japada, we need to prepare ourselves. Either business, investment, many things that we need to put in place before our Japada, right? For example, we need to have a house. It's not important to have a house. If you have enough money, you can still rent a house. But if you can't have a house, then have investment. Have many investments, have business, because you are in the West. You know how much you are making every month. You're expensive, your time, your living expensive, your standard. For example, you are making 5,000 abroad, anywhere in the country, US, Canada, United Kingdom, anywhere in the world. You are making, for example, you are making 5,000, which means if you are Japada, you have to make sure that that 5,000 can still make 5,000 wherever you are. You want to settle down. You have to make that, even if you don't make that 5,000, but because of your standards of your living, it's going to be difficult to cut your lifestyle. It's going to be difficult. So that is why you have to plan ahead. By the way, I'm into real estate. We have real estate in Nigeria. I'm into stock markets. I'm investors, trader. So that's what I do. So especially like stock market now, you can trade the stock market anywhere in the world you are. You can trade the stock market. You can invest. Want to go back in the next 5, 10 years back to Nigeria or anywhere in Africa, Ghana, Ghana, Kenya, Liberia, anywhere in Africa. So if you plan, invest in stock, you can invest in stock markets for a long time, not a trade. Trade is different from the investing. When you invest your money, now you want to go back in the next 10 years, start to invest now. You can invest in stock market, put your money in the stock market. If you want to have business back home, start your business now. Don't wait until you travel back home that you want to go and start a business. It's going to be difficult. It's like somebody that in service right now, working, and they are waiting they retire before they start a business. It's going to be difficult because you don't have the experience. It's those people that have experience that it's going to be difficult. So it's better when you're in service, better start your business. You will learn one of two things: either the business you want to collapse, you want to succeed or not. So we know before you stop working. So that is why that the people that want to travel back home have business. The real estate, start and buy land. Now in Nigeria now there's a lot of Asian, Chinese, India that buy a lot of property, land, have their own company, especially land. The rate those people buy land right now is crazy. But our people, we are running away from our own land. So this is the time for us, thank God for the people that think that, okay, we want to go back, they want to Japada, they tire of our abroad. But one thing that I want you to know is that plan ahead of your Japada. If you plan ahead, it's going to help you, right? If you are investing in stock markets, start right now. If you are not, start right now. If you're into stock markets, you can double up. If you have your money in stock market, after you travel back home, your money is still there. You can still trade, like you want to trade stock market, you can trade anywhere in the world. But if you want to trade, just use your 10% of your investment for the trade. 10%, let you have 1,000. You want to have 1,000 that you want to invest. You invest 900, you use $100 to trade. You have 10,000, you invest 900, you trade with $1,000. If you have 100,000, invest 90,000, you use 10,000 to trade. The reason is this: if you invest 9,000 and use 1,000 to trade, that 1,000, you know that if anything happened to 1,000, it's not going to affect you. It's not going to affect you. It's not going to affect your cost. It's not going to affect the initial capital, because 900, you still have 9,000 in the stock market. So you have the peace of mind. For those people, if you that 1,000, if you trade well, you will turn that 1,000 to 10,000. But the one you invest, you have assurance that you will not lose that money. The 9,000 will keep growing, but the growth of that 9,000 is going to be slow. Like you have like a 20%. If you invest in the S&P 500, it's between like 10 to 15, 20%. It depends how you invest your money. But that's it. If you want to invest your money, you have to have an idea how you're going to invest. But if you don't have experience, this SPY, S&P 500, which is SPY, is the best. It's best for those people that don't have experience in the stock market. That okay, I want to invest my money. Just put your money, put in the S&P 500. You are sure that at least you get 10% in a year. You cannot lose your money. Your money cannot go to zero. Nothing can affect your money, because the S&P 500, which is SPY, it go up every year. You can never lose your money. So just put your money there. But if you have time, so like people that are under 50 years old, like 40, 30 years of age, you can start trading. You have 9,000, 10,000, put 9,000, even if you're 50, because you use 10% of your money to trade. If you lose that 1,000, you're fine. But if you have somebody that's going to guide you, that 1,000 can turn to 1,000 to 2,000, 3,000. If you start now, if you give yourself 5 years, before 5 years, if you have experience, that 1,000 that you start with, you can turn that 1,000 to 10,000, to 20,000, 100,000. But your initial investment it will continue growing, and it will continue hard up. You continue put more, and it continue growing. But your trading, if you perfect your trading is still going, even if you lose. But if you have somebody that's going to guide you, after you perfect your trading, that's the 1,000 that you turn to 2,000, you turn to 5,000, 10,000, 100,000. In the next 4 to 5 years, after you have, you have enough money in your trading account. Let's say back to Africa now, you have 50,000 trading in your account, you have 100,000 trading in your account, you are fine. Anytime you want to, even if you don't want to do anything, if you don't want to do it, you have any business back home, that one, you're going to be fine, because you trade in dollar. You don't trade in dollar. You trade in dollars, which means if you have 50,000 trading, you will not use those, you have to have somebody to guide you. That 50,000 that, at least your expense that you use to take it 1,000 to 50,000, that experience, you are going to use it wisely. That you have a target, like okay, in a month with your trading accounts, your trading, if you can make 1,000, like $2, $3, $4, $5,000 a month, you are fine. And the real estate, and you diversify. You put some money in the real estate. You trade it, you withdraw. You will not leave all the money in the trading account, but your investment is going to be there. If you want to withdraw, you withdraw. You put that money into real estate. You put into real estate. And if you want to trade the stock market, that's the stock that can never go to zero, can never go to wrong. All the blue chip company, the blue chip stock That's what you need to invest your money. You can, if you start now, if you want to try, if you want to go back in 5 years, you can start in, even you that you're already in Nigeria, you're already in Africa, you're already back home, you still have some source of income. This is time to learn how to trade the stock market, how to invest. If you know how to invest in the stock market, congratulations. But continue trading. You can still make your money in dollars. There's a lot of people that live in Nigeria, they make their money in dollars through the social media. YouTuber, even there's some people that trade that never left Nigeria. They never left Nigeria, and they never leave Nigeria. They're trading. They make their money in dollars. They trade stock. They trade. Even there's some people still trade forex, but I cannot have the forex if you don't have really experience. But the stock market, you can just like just put your money in the S&P 500. You are fine. Even if you want to invest Apple, and I have a lot of the blue chip company, but in this video, with the next video, I will give you all those blue chip stock that can never go wrong. Just if you don't have experience, just buy it. Have it as every week, every month. You want to buy $10 stock, every month $50, $100 stock. Before you know it, that's compound interest. In another video, I'm going to show you the investment calculator. That calculator is going to give you how much you can have in the 1 year, 10 years, in the 1 year, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years. It's going to break it down that, okay, I want to invest $100 a month at the rate of 10%, at the rate of 20%, 30%, 50% return in a year. The investment calculator is going to give you that your money is going to worth in the next 1 year, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years. So by that time, we know how to prepare for your Japada. You know how to prepare to return home. If we know how to at the time that you want to retire, in 10 years time, this is the amount that I need. I need the 100,000. I need the 1 million. So when you put into the investment calculator, it's going to give you the idea that how much do you need, how much you need in a month, how much you need every month, every week that you can invest. That you can invest either every week, every 2 weeks, or every month. Investment calculator is going to show you, like he said, we need 100,000 in the next 5 years. I need 200,000 in the next 5 years. I need 500,000 in the next 5 years. What you do, just put in the investment calculator. That okay, investment calculator in a month, you select starting from 0. When you start from 0, inside the investment calculator, put the 0 at the top. When you put the 0 at the top, at the middle, the percentage, either 10%, 20%. It depends on the stock that you invest your money. Some stock you can give you, like S&P 500, that is zero risk. It's between 10 to 15%. But if you have experts on your side, you can still get about like a 20% with S&P 500. So, and there's some stock that can give you 30%, 40, 50% returns in a year. So you put the amount, at the beginning, at the top, you put 0. You put 0, start from 0. In the middle, you put the percentage. You put either monthly or yearly. You put inside the investment calculator how much you want to spend. You already put a month or annually. So at the bottom, how much you want to put it. If you put monthly, you put how much. Okay, a month, I want to put $100. I want to put $200, $500, 1,000. Put it there. So by the time you hit calculate, it's going to break it down that in a year, this amount is your return. Your return is going to be in 2 years. This is your return. In 3 years, this is your return. In 5 years, in 10 years. So by the time you put everything inside the calculator, you have an idea that okay, in the next 5, 10 years, I'm going back home. When you return, you have 500,000 in your account. You are fine. You have $500,000 out of your investment. You already have $500,000. You use 100,000. You can withdraw that 100,000. Let me use the 100,000 for trading. So that 100,000 now, you use the house money, for the house money. Use house money for house money. The house money for house money means that if you want to trade, even if you want to lose in your trading, you have 100,000. That 100,000 is your return. for your investment. Don't use your initial capital. Use your interest. Use your interest. And if you want to use 100, don't use 100,000. At the time, you break it down in $13,000. You put 90,000, 100,000 in your account and use 10,000 to trade. The 90,000 will stand for backup. Use the 10,000 for backup. The backup means that anytime the stock market fall, you use another 10 or 20,000 to buy. By the time the stock went up, you out. Make your money. You make your money every day. You make money every week. In a week, you can make $2,000, $5,000. Yes, that is why we need to plan ahead before our Japada. My friend, you don't want to go back home and start looking for help. It's going to be difficult for us, for people to help us, because they believe that you are rich and you're living abroad for how many years now, and you come back, you ask for, that your head is something is wrong upstairs. So please, my people, let's plan. Just my next video, I will give you 10 stock markets that can invest your money and they can never go wrong. Blue chip stock. I will give you in my next video. Another video, I will show you the investment calculator that you can use. And if you want to do it your own, just go to Google, type investment calculator. It's going to bring it out. When it brings it out, just follow instruction, look at it, read it. It's easy to read. It's not complicated. It's very easy to understand. Just go to Google, type investment calculator. It's going to bring it out and will show you. But in my next video, one of my videos, I will show you how to use it, how to use those numbers and calculator. I believe this video is going to help one of two people. Just let us take action. Let's prepare. Let's prepare our future. Let's prepare our retirement. Let's prepare anything that we know we need. Let's prepare. Don't let us wake up in one day that I'm tired of this country. I'm going back. I'm tired. I want to go back now. When you go back, you rush in. You are going to rush back. I saw a lot. 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5 people that they went back home after a year or 2 years. They're back in the US. They're back again. I was like, what's wrong? What's going on? My business, my business gone. Just because they don't have those experience. Even those people in Nigeria that are working civil servants, all the civil servants, a lot of people, they wait until retirement. After retirement, they collect their gratitude, they collect their pension, they went to go and do business. Even those people that went to farm, to go and do the farming, ask people around you. If you know the people that use the retirement money, gratitude, to go and farming, many of them, they lost their money. They lost everything because they don't have the experience. Even those farmers that in the farm, they face a lot of 1 or 2 things, but they survive it. But you that you don't have experience, the rain factor is there, the estimate factor is there, the villagers factor is there, the those unbelievable factor is there, those people that's going to steal your crops, a lot of factors. But if you practice when you are in service, you face those difficulties and you overcome that difficulties. But for you to use the retirement money, for you to use your gratitude money, that's the only money that you have, because you are not in service. Don't expect any return elsewhere. That's the only money that you have, So let us plan, and I know that this video is going to help 1 of 2, 3. Thank you for watching. Please join my watch my video and share it. Let people know about this channel. I'm going to bring a lot of investment on this channel, and I'm into stock markets, trading, investment, and I'm into real estate. I have real estate in Nigeria. Here we are doing the fractional ownership in the USA. So any area that you need assistance, I'm here to help. Thank you for watching. Thank you. Bye bye. See you next time. Bye for now.